Hey y'all, look, you guys, I trimmed my eyebrows. They're thin now. I was gonna last, but I wanted something different. The bob is not really bobbing right now. I wanted to show you guys my go-to makeup look because a lot of people on the gram, well, not a lot of people, but the people who follow me want to see it. So I'm gonna show you guys what I use. So first, you're gonna need prep skin. So that means your serums, moisturizer, whatever. Honestly, you don't really need that much. I'll probably say one serum, maybe like a hydrating serum, like a hyaluronic acid. That's what I'm gonna use. This one's from Inculist. Well, a lot of people say you can get flawless makeup with drugstore. Yes, you can, but sometimes it doesn't necessarily last you all day. I always say you can mix it up. Like, you don't have to have all luxury products. You can have like your foundations, your concealer. I would recommend them to be high end because they tend to give you the best results. Low end, you can still work with. Low end foundation and concealer, you can still work, but most of the time they don't give you what you're looking for. You know, if you really want no creasing, you want the foundation to be matte and stay matte, or if you want the foundation to be dewy and not give you greasy, you gotta go luxury, baby. Not luxury, but you gotta pay some coins for that. I'm gonna prime my face. This is the Yummy Skin primer from Danessa Myricks. This is like a soft matte finish because I want to go for a matte finish. My skin is combination. I have combination skin, so I can use matte or hydrating, but I'm gonna go for matte. We're in the summertime and I know a lot of girlies want to keep their makeup matte. And this is not super drying. Everyday look I'm gonna go for today is like my everyday look that I do, and I'm gonna spice it up a little bit. So I usually just put my lashes on before I start my makeup because my lashes, just like how some people do their brows, the lashes I wear, they sometimes change the shape of my eye. So when I have lashes that change the shape of my eye, I kind of go with my, like, I kind of conceal and do my foundation a little bit different than if I would put my lashes on after. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop on my lashes on first. You don't necessarily have to, but this is what I like to do because it changes, these lashes, they change the shape of my eyes, so I kind of like to work with it that way. That's how I get the best results with my makeup. Okay, lashes are on. I don't know if you could tell, to me I feel like my eyes look different than now with my foundation. For best results, I would recommend you, whatever tools you're using, either if it's a sponge or a brush, make sure it is clean. That will give you like the best results, honestly, because if it's clean, the blend is gonna be better. It's just gonna be a little bit more flawless, you know. Foundation I want to go for today, I'm gonna use the Dior Backstage foundation today. It is a medium coverage foundation, so you can build it up. So it is a buildable foundation, so you can build it up to your likeness. Brushes tend to give you more of like more coverage than a sponge if you go straight off with a sponge, so that's why I started off with a brush first. I don't know why the color looks like that, but if you're using sponge first, that kind of shears out your foundation. It kind of shears out your foundation, so if you're going for something more natural, then I would say straight go in with a sponge, but if you're using a brush, first, it kind of builds the coverage, and then you can kind of go in with the sponge to kind of like take some off if you don't want that much on there. I mean, the brush is definitely gonna give you more coverage. I feel like this is not giving me the coverage that I want, so I'm gonna use the REM Beauty foundation just to give me some more coverage. So I feel like it's still giving me more medium, and I'm looking for full coverage.
That bullshit. On that bullshit. Go down. I need fresh hair. We don't.
Okay, so our foundation is done. So I like to sculpt out my face before I put concealer on. So that means I'm gonna do my bronzer. My face is more on the round side, so I love to give my face some shape and some cheekbones because they are non-existent. I like to go up a little bit higher, like right here, to create a shadow. You can use a liquid, you could use cream, you could use whatever you feel like you're more comfortable using, but I like using liquid because to me it just gives me the best blend, honestly. It just gives me a seamless blend. And I put it all over my forehead, my nose. I kind of bring it up to my eyebrows. Obviously my eyebrows are a little bit thinner now, so I can probably go up a little bit higher. And that's pretty much where I put my contour. And then unlike my foundation, with contour or bronzer, I like to blend it out with a sponge. I feel like the sponge kind of just gives it, especially if I'm using liquid. If I'm using a cream, I'll probably use a brush. But since I'm using liquid, I'm using a sponge. It gives me a more seamless feel. You see that? Very seamless. And I'm loving my brows this thin. Like, yes, it was about time to change. It was about time. It was about time to change my eyebrows, bro. I had my eyebrows thick for a really long time. And I feel like I'm getting older. I want a more sophisticated look. I want more groomed brows. Blend out my nose contour. I like to start off at the tip of my nose and work my way up. And make sure this part is blended out seamlessly because this is the center of your face and you need it to be seamless. Like, you need this part to be seamless. If you're on a time crunch, I wouldn't suggest using doing nose contour because I feel like you gotta take your time with your nose contour. So even though we didn't do concealer, you can kind of see my face is a little bit more sculpted now. You can kind of see where my cheekbones are, and we are ready for highlight. And that is my personal favorite part. I think every part is my favorite part, but I kind of like seeing how highlight just open up my face a little bit more. We're gonna go in with my holy grail, everybody's holy grail, honestly. This is the Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and this is in a shade butterscotch, which is, I would say it's like 3 shades lighter than my natural skin tone. I like to go super bright with my under eye. I like that UK look, the UK baddie look, so that's the color I'm gonna go for. I actually go with 2, so I'm gonna go with the brighter shade, which is this one, and we're gonna take it on outward and we're gonna bring it down the nose. I took it down and bring it down all the way over here about my nose, and we're gonna do the same thing for the other side. Perf. And then I'm gonna take another concealer shade. This is the KVD concealer, which is chef's kiss. I don't know why I haven't tried this concealer earlier on in my makeup career, Why haven't I tried this concealer? This concealer is so good. So this is like a shade or two lighter, and it's more neutral than this concealer. It's more on the neutral side. This one is more, the one I have on, the Too Faced one, is more on the yellow side. So this one's more neutral, obviously. And I'm gonna take this one and kind of carve out the outside of my concealer, of my eye. And I'm gonna go upwards. Especially with my face, I always want to go upwards because, again, my face is a little bit more round and I want everything to go up. Okay, nothing's supposed to be sagging and nothing's supposed to be drooping up. Some people like to blend out their concealer under their eye with a brush. I personally don't like using brushes. I like using brushes sometimes, it depends on the day, but I love the way how a sponge just cups under my eye. It just feels so natural, you know? I just like the way the sponge just do it for me. I'm really loving my skinny brows. I'm obsessed. I'm really obsessed with my brows right now. Okay, and I'm also gonna put the KVD concealer right under my nose to brighten this area up, and then on my chin as well. And I also put this neutral tone up here, and we're gonna get to that in a second. Let's just blend out my under eye really quick. Not really quick, you really got to take your time on this part because you want everything to blend out seamlessly so you won't get any creases. You see that? You see that? We love that. You see how it just makes my eye like, you get it, you get it, you get it. My makeup routine is always changing. I'm always finding new ways to work with my face shape. You know, I'm always learning on how to make my makeup look better. But so far, this has been, I'm breaking out so bad right here. So far, the way I've been doing my makeup has been working for me. And I haven't changed it in a while. I've only been changing like products, but the routine and the way I go about it has been the same for the past year. So I haven't changed it much besides like products I've used. My eyebrows and everything, which I just did today. So like I haven't changed it much. Okay. And you're probably wondering why I haven't blended out this dots on my forehead. Like I said, highlighting is the center of your face. So this is where you're gonna get the most transformation of your look. So I like to take a flat brush like this, and I did put a dot of concealer right here. What I like to do is carve it out and make a V shape right in the center of my forehead, like right here. And then I bring it down to my nose. It should look something like this. Since you have the V shape, this is gonna give you a nice carve out of where your nose and your eyebrows meet. If you want to blend it out and arch your eyebrows a little bit more, you can, and that's actually what I'm gonna do. But you don't have to. You can just blend it upwards and just make it into a highlight, like a forehead highlight. But what I like to do is take that concealer and go carve out my eyebrows with it. And take a little bit more from here, carve out the bottom a little bit. I might need some more product, so I'm gonna get a little bit more. So we're just gonna blend that out. Gonna blend out the top as well. And then we're just gonna repeat the same thing on the other side. Perfect. I kind of want to go a tad bit lighter under my eye, so I'm getting a lighter shade of the KVD concealer, and I'm just gonna put it right here on the tear duct. I always put lighter shades on the tear duct because that is where your eyes, I guess, focus more, and you put concealer there, it just opens your eyes a little bit more. It gives it a more brighter effect. Perfect. So now all of our creams and liquids are on. Now it's time for powder. It's good to put all your creams and foundations on before, because everything kind of coexists and like are able to blend a little bit better. If you go in between creams, powders, liquids, it gets a little bit harder to blend. So it's best to do all your liquids, your cream, anything that moves, do it all at once, and then go in with your matching powders. In this case, I say you can mix in your luxury and like your drugstore together, but when it comes to a good loose powder, honey, Huda, this powder right here gonna have your concealer creaseless. Okay, creaseless like your grandpa's shirt on a Sunday. Your grandpa church shirt on a Sunday. That's how creaseless this powder gets you. That's how creaseless Huda powder gets you. So sometimes you can't go in with your you know, little drugstore concealer, but if you have this powder right chill, baby, it's gonna make that LA girl look like Mac. It's gonna make that LA girl give Fenty. Trust me. So what is the biggest game changer I can say in my makeup is this little guy right here. I know you've seen her. Seen her on your For You page. You've seen her on everywhere. This little guy, perfect for the under eye. And I wish I knew this when I was in high school doing my makeup, girl. I would have been taking everybody would have wanted to take me to prom, child. They would have been wanting me to go to prom with them, but I ain't know nothing about this. I ain't know nothing about this, and I don't even think I was wetting my beauty blender back then. I think I was wetting my beauty blender. Nah, I was wetting my beauty blender. Let me stop over exaggerating. I was wetting it. I was back then. I was not a makeup junkie like I'm a junkie now. I'm a fiend. Huda. But I just didn't know all the tips and tricks. But if I knew how to do my makeup the way I know how to do my makeup now, the girls would have been gagging. The girls would have been gagging. They would have hated me even more. Ooh, the girls would have been gagging. Them bitches would have been sick of me. They would have been sick of me. They was already sick of me wearing makeup every day, but they would have been sicker. I let them live, you know. I had to go through my ugly phase like they did. It was, even though it wasn't that ugly compared to how they was looking. Now too, baby, clock it. Anyways, let's be serious. Oh, and they also in my DMs asking me for tips too, baby. They be in my DMs. So when you gonna do my makeup? Can you show me how to bitch? I remember how you was, La Cienega. Don't act like I forgot, because I'm definitely Penny Proud. Because Penny Proud was a baddie. She was just very humble. I'm humble too. But it's time to pop my shit. Okay, let's stop. But Penny Proud was badder than all them hoes. Trust. But she was very humble. Sometimes you gotta stop being humble and let these hoes know that you're the baddest in the room. You're just humble and I'm letting you shine a little bit. Clock it. Clock it. Clock it. But you see the attitude coming through because the makeup is bomb. We're not even done yet. What I've been doing yet. The makeup is eating, the makeup is seeing, the makeup is nice. I don't know if the girls are still baking, but I do. I like to bake because it makes me feel, it just keeps me in touch with my roots. So we're gonna bake like we're a mom in the 1800s. We're not gonna bake for that long though, so let's go ahead and remove the powder. So I'm gonna use my Sephora collection bake. You know I eat this up. I literally eat it up because there is no thing covering it. So this is the Sephora collection Micro Smooth finishing powder. This is the truth when it comes to a smooth base. Having a finishing powder just seals everything together. It just seals everything together, especially this one. It gives you a smoother finish. Ooh. Like I said, you want to go in with your matching powders. I'm going to use the One Size Trio, and I'm going to use this one because that's my favorite one, obviously. And you're going to take like an angled brush, and I like to go up on my cheeks because, you know, round face and all. And I'll bring it down to my chin. Now it's time for the fun part, which is the blush. A lot of girls use liquid blush. Sometimes I use liquid blush, but in this case, I'm not going to wear liquid blush because we already have our powders. So I'm going to go in with powder blush. So I like to use an orange blush. So I'm gonna use this orange blush, and we're gonna see if I want to keep just orange because I usually tend to mix my blushes. And I'm gonna go up here and bring it upwards. So I'm gonna mix it with the One Size pink blush. This one is in the shade Girly Pop. And I'm gonna put a little bit because this one is very pigmented. We're gonna do our highlighter. I'm gonna use the Charlotte Tilbury highlighter in the shade Gilded Glow. This one as well. This one's the Fenty Beauty one. And this one's a little bit more like glitter than highlight, but I like to use it anyways to top it off. And it gives me more of like a glow. This is like one of my faves. Now I'm gonna just do my eyeliner and mascara, and then I'll be right back. So I'm gonna do my lip combo. So for my lip combo, I like to go in with a brown. And I overline my lips, obviously, because I want bigger lips. So we're gonna go with a brown, not something too dark, but a good enough brown that gives us a natural contour on our lips. Brown liner is on. And then I'm gonna take a matte lipstick. In this case, this is the Anastasia Velvet Matte in the shade Kiss. And this is like the go-to lip I go for. You can leave it like this if you want an all matte look. So I'm gonna put gloss on top of this. I'm gonna use the Fenty Gloss Bomb Stick in the shade Glazed Donut. To me, it's like a gloss version of the matte lipstick I just put. Putting lipstick on makes the color last longer. And then on top of that, I'm just gonna put a clear lip gloss. I'm gonna use the Dior lip gloss. I went in and just put this lip mask because it wasn't giving glossy enough for me with the Dior one, so I just did a lip mask. So I'm gonna go in with the all-nighter. This is what I use. I just want to go with the all-nighter because it gives me a good mixture between mattes and, you know, like satin. So we're just gonna spray my face. I wish I had this lighting throughout the whole video because this would have been so much better. Okay, ladies, this is the final look. And this is my go-to look. A little different because I did just go thinner on the brows, and I'm loving them. It gives me more of like a grown-up look, a more like sleek, you know. Since I do wear thick lashes, I think it's time to do thinner brows. How y'all liking the bob though? Is it giving Nicki Minaj? This is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it came out good when I go to editing. Let me know what y'all want to see next. What type of videos, you know, what y'all want to see the girl get into. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye. What I've been doing yet, the makeup is eating, the makeup is seeing, the makeup is nice.